Hello, my cozy friends. It's Iris Valuna here with another episode of Peryton Pillow Talk. I want you to get nice and comfortable, tuck under the blankets, or maybe stretch out wherever you like to rest. Tonight's episode is going to be extra cozy because we're going to drift into autumn together. The forest is changing all around me. The leaves are glowing with golds and reds. The air is cooler and smells like wood smoke, and the nights feel softer and longer. I thought tonight we could wander through that feeling together. Warm autumn evening, just you and me. Before we wander deeper into tonight's story, let's just linger here and imagine the sounds of autumn. Close your eyes for me and listen in your mind. Do you hear the crunch of leaves? The kind of sound that's not loud but satisfying, like tiny paper crinkles under your feet. What about the wind? That gentle hush through the branches, as if the trees are sighing themselves to sleep. And if you listen closely enough, maybe you can even hear a faint owl hoot far off in the distance, slow, steady, like a heartbeat echoing across the forest. I love the way autumn sounds can carry you into rest. Which one is your favorite? The crunch of leaves, the sigh of the wind, the call of the owl, or maybe the silence between them? You know, I've always loved this time of year. The crunch of leaves under your feet, the way the wind whistles just a little sharper through the trees, and the quiet coziness of bringing a warm drink into bed at night. Sometimes I like to imagine what each of you is doing in the autumn. Do you carve pumpkins? Do you take long walks when the air's chilly, with your scarf pulled up high? Or maybe you're the type who piles blankets on the bed and just cocoons yourself like a little caterpillar until morning. I'd love to know, what's your favorite autumn tradition? Do you bake something special? Or do you have a favorite drink? Maybe hot cocoa or apple cider? Or even just a nice cup of tea? For me, it's always been hot chocolate with cinnamon sprinkled on top. Just the smell of it makes me sleepy and safe. Let's take a little walk together through my forest. Imagine it with me now. We're standing at the edge of the balloon forest. The air is cold, crisp against your cheeks. Every time the wind blows, leaves fall from the trees, twirling, spiraling before they drift down to the ground. You start walking forward, step by step, the leaves crunching softly beneath your feet. The antlers on my head glimmer faintly with starlight, guiding the way. We wander deeper, past tall oak trees with golden crowns, past sleepy squirrels gathering acorns, past little mushrooms glowing faintly in the moss. And as we walk, I whisper little things to keep you cozy, like how safe the forest feels at night, how the stars peek through the canopy above, how every sound is soft and hushed, as though the forest itself is trying to lull you to sleep. With every step, you feel heavier, calmer, and more at peace. By the time we find a little clearing, you're ready to curl up under the trees and drift away into dreams. Let's imagine together that we're walking through a secret autumn market tucked away in a forest glade. The air smells of cinnamon and roasted chestnuts. Tiny stalls glow with lanterns carved from pumpkins, their faces smiling gently instead of frightening. At one stall, someone is selling jars of gold and honey, so thick and glowing that they almost look like sunlight trapped in glass. At another, there are hand-woven scarves, soft and warm, dyed with the colors of fallen leaves. We wander slowly, picking up little trinkets, sipping on warm cider, smiling at the sleepy vendors. Every step feels magical, and every moment feels calm. If you could buy one thing at this cozy autumn market, what would you choose? The scarf, the honey, maybe something else entirely? Let me tell you a short story. It's a sleepy story. It's called The Fox and the Fallen Leaf. Once upon a time, a little fox lived in the Falloon Forest. She was small and shy and loved to chase the leaves that fell from the tall oak trees. One evening, as autumn deepened, a single golden leaf drifted down, swirling slowly through the air. The fox thought it looked special, and so she chased it through the grass, over roots, and across a tiny stream. But no matter how hard she tried, the leaf stayed just out of reach. She grew tired, and at last she curled up beneath the tree, eyes drooping. And you know what happened? That golden leaf floated down, down, until it landed softly on her nose. She dreamed that night of warm winds and gentle skies, and when she woke, the leaf was still there, like a gift from the forest. From that day forward, she carried it with her, tucked in her fur, as a reminder that sometimes, if you stop chasing, the good things come to you. Let's imagine we're sitting by a little fire together, a soft blanket wrapped around our shoulders, mugs in hand. I'd like to ask you a few questions, just little things to think about. If you had a favorite blanket, what color would it be? Do you like your pillows firm or soft and squishy? What snack would you want with your cocoa right now? And if you could invite one cozy companion, real or imaginary, to sit with us, who would you choose? Deeper into the forest, past the Eon Pool, there's another secret place, a library. Not just any library, but one carved into the roots of a massive ancient tree. The shelves wind up the bark in spirals. Books glow faintly with runes, whispering softly when you pass. It's not a place for study, it's a place for dreaming. You pick up a book, and instead of reading, you fall into the story. You see it unfold like a dream behind your eyes. Maybe tonight you'd pull a book called The Dream of Dinosaurs. You'd slip into a world where tiny feathered creatures sing in autumn forests, where giant sauropods stretch their necks to eat golden leaves, and where time itself feels soft, like a blanket. Wouldn't it be lovely to curl up in that library and drift to sleep between the enchanted pages? I always love learning more about you. So let me whisper a few little questions and you can think about as you're drifting off. What's your favorite flower? What's your favorite dinosaur? What position do you usually fall asleep in? Do you curl up on your side, or sprawl out like a starfish? Do you like the sound of rain at night, or do you prefer the quiet hush of a still evening? And if you could visit the forest with me, what kind of cozy adventure would you want us to have first? Let's end the evening with a little bedtime ritual. Imagine sitting by a fire with a stone hearth. The flames flicker gently, filling the room with a warmth. I'm sitting across from you, brushing my wings lightly, like feathers whispering in the air. You hold a mug of something warm, maybe tea, maybe cocoa. You sip slowly, letting the heat sink into your hands. The world outside is chilly, but in here, everything is soft, warm, and safe. I tell you a little story about the Eon Pool deep in the forest. At night, when the stars are bright, the pond glimmers with images of the past. Tonight, it shows gentle prehistoric forests, full of creatures long gone but still alive in memory. As the story ends, the fire crackles lower, the warmth spreads, and your eyelids grow heavy. I tuck a soft blanket around you, wish you sweet dreams, and leave you to drift away in the quiet glow of autumn. Now I think it's time to rest, my friends. Tonight we've walked together through an autumn forest, wandered through a dream market, and listened to stories of foxes and leaves. Every story, every whisper is here to remind you that you are safe, cozy, and cared for. So let your eyes grow heavy, let your breathing slow, and imagine the golden leaves falling gently all around you, tucking you in like nature's blanket. Thank you for resting here with me. Good night, my forest friends, my gentle velvets. Sweet dreams.